Right, good afternoon. Welcome back. Fiifi-Manfred YouTube, your sound baby, with your afternoon edition with the latest in terms of sports updates. And yeah, bro, I see there's a few things that we need to get into. First of all, the conversation around all of Chelsea players, any of the transfer. There's some updates also across clubs. Any sound command that is over there for us to have the conversation, and plus other things that you do on Fiifi-Manfred YouTube. So maybe then we explain, we'll talk about the details of us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold issues to Real Madrid, Chelsea, Christopher Nkunku. It looks as if Christopher Nkunku may go on and join Paris Saint-Germain. It's on the cards. So we'll talk about all of that in terms of the transfer system, any of the updates that's coming from the transfer window, and all of those stuff. But see, of course, someone subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. They are very, very important and imperative. Like I say, so better no notification. And now we make sure say anytime your content about drop over here, or you're first to have it, then we'll have a conversation in there. Now, it was supposed to be a quiet January transfer window for Chelsea. But it looks as if transfer window may end up being very busy, especially for outgoing our Chelsea. Now, I like explaining to make sure. Why am I saying this? Before the summer, before say Chelsea results started taking a nosedive now, almost everybody believed that Chelsea was in a good place and they didn't have to go to the transfer market and buy any new players. But of course, like we said this morning, the injury of Wesley Fofana, the issues of Trevor Chalobah, the fact that Joshua Champon is too young, and then the fact that Aaron Anselmino doesn't have any Premier League experience at all whatsoever now, is making it likely that Chelsea may go into the market. Also for outgoings now. Say, watch it Chelsea. Nkunku be reselling like Chelsea Nkunku Trevor Chalobah and Bambashe team. And I said, just imagine how Chelsea treated Trevor Chalobah. So in the summer, Chelsea had told Trevor Chalobah say, "Oh, a surplus to requirement in the Umpe club." Trevor, Sterling, Benjamin Chilwell, amongst other players. Chelsea were clear with them. They didn't mean sweat. In fact, preseason Chelsea and Trevor Chalobah and Kobe. So it was Joshua Kofi champion at Chelsea man called preseason with Axel Desasi, Tosin Adrebia, Wesley Fofana at RCB. So Chelsea definitely were clear with Trevor Chalobah. Said they don't have plans for him to come and play for the club and going for it. Now Trevor has always wanted to play. For a lot of you, Mujidi and same for me to an extent, said Trevor is a decent player. I don't think said Trevor a ceiling eraser. I don't think that Trevor is the kind of player that thinks the fortunes around at Chelsea with each other. I think there's always still a mistake in Trevor Chalobah. Now, people always go back and allude to the times when Trevor Chalobah played under Thomas Tuchel in a 3-back. Now, it's very different for a centre-back to play in a nominal 3-back that becomes a 5-back. From playing in a nominal 4-back that becomes a 3-back in possession. It's different. The roles are different. And I've said it several times that in the conversation of football, always do all to hinge your analysis and your explanation on roles, not just nominal formation that people pick up. It's not good enough. So because okay, just we need ball hunting and one way you see it and no, it's not enough. Every time formations and stuff like that are supposed to be hinged on not just nominal formation but on roles. So Trevor Chalobah isn't the kind of guy that really changes things like that. See, Wesley Fofana is kind of what he gives the team now in Konfrontiasian. Squad building, you need those characters like Wesley Fofana with Jordan and what he gives you. The temperament, the two different temperaments of Wesley and Abrante Levi is perfect for what Chelsea need. Trevor doesn't bring that. Squad building is not about getting high quality player in a team, but also about the right profile. With Wesley Fofana's recent hamstring unfortunately sitting into the sidelines for 4 to 6 weeks, Chelsea are short of centre back. Although there is right-footed Axel Desasi available, the Frenchman isn't convinced the manager or the fans that he can be reliable in the long-term solution. Benoit is also out injured. However, even if he is fit, Chelsea will still be on the lookout for another right centre-back since his profile does not complement that of Levi Cole, whose features a left centre-back over there, like I did mention. And that's where Maguire and even Trevor Chalobah comes in. Maguire and Trevor Chalobah, these are regular center backs. They don't change anything. They don't make any difference as it stands now. So what's the point going to buy Maguire? What's the point going to bring Trevor Chalobah back? What in the background put now? He doesn't really solve Chelsea problems. What in the bench? What in the bench? You're just wasting his time. And I don't think that boy in the catch Chelsea in. Say, if he is going to come in and play for Chelsea, he is coming in there. You are going to assure him of minutes, because on your night about Chelsea just to come and sit on the bench and warm it. There be also a ball. You two are not willing to give him game time on your first stress to come and play. And Enzo Maresca pushes sporting directors to say they need to go into the market and buy somebody that is injury free, and then somebody that can play, that can meet those specific requirements. No? Because on Oyedi, for the short term, the sporting directors are telling Maresca say, "Ombo Joshua Kofi a champion, Ombo Anselmeno, he should make do with tossing at the But the teams that Chelsea get ball in the English Premier League and going for it, no, and who say we should Chelsea backline now. The issue is with that uncomplimentary pair in the way you say over tossing any Levaya, because tossing now becomes an easy target. Now teams can target him and then force him to make mistakes, or make a lot of mistakes. If you play tossing at the over there, you will make lots of mistakes in there. That you know that you don't particularly want tossing at the in that area, because or you're calm or you're gentle, people will target him. They'll try and force him to make certain mistakes and in 4 games, what lose 2, 1 draw 2, and it's not good enough. Next game, of course, is over the weekend against Wycombe being at Chelsea. Then there is Bournemouth at 7 p.m. Which is on what is the day in at Chelsea? Day being at Chelsea and Bournemouth on the 14th of January in at Chelsea and Bournemouth 7 p.m. Then Chelsea will play Wolverhampton Wanderers. Also over the weekend, just 6 days after, against Wolves. Also Chelsea with 2 home games. Then they go away to go and play against Manchester City at Etihad. City are beginning to score. Then Chelsea go and play West Ham United. Play Brighton and Hove Albion. Play Aston Villa. Play Southampton. Play Leicester City. The fixtures are coming in thick and fast. Very, very thick and fast. And all of a sudden, there's a little bit of a worry, there's a little bit of an unsureness, there's a little bit of, skepticism at what Chelsea ranks in, and then they are beginning to ask themselves, say, can we really go on and get results? And what do we have to do? If you look at the Tuesday, my next week Tuesday, which is the 14th of January, that's when Chelsea have against Bournemouth, Liverpool in the Forest on that day. West Ham versus Fulham, Chelsea versus Bournemouth, Brentford versus Manchester City. It's going to be a night where there are going to be some upsets in there. Upsets, baby. On that night, there are going to be upsets. There will be German Bundesliga also on that night. It's more like a Champions League night on that night. And Chelsea said that game against Bournemouth, they need to get the win. The thing is that if you go and you look at Andoni Areola, Bournemouth side now, in the last 7 matches, Bournemouth was 9 matches. Bournemouth are unbeaten. Obiat me show Bournemouth the last time out against Everton at Chelsea and Bournemouth share 1-0. Fulham, Bournemouth, on board draw. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, on board draw. Or share Manchester United, or board draw against West Ham, or share Ipswich Town, or share Tottenham Hotspur, or share Wolverhampton Wanderers. Before that, we were losing to Brighton, and we were losing to Brentford. But since then, not a single one of them has Andoni Areola lost. And everybody knows the kind of job that Andoni Areola is doing at FC Bournemouth. So Chelsea know that it is very, very critical. They are going to play against Ivan Nelson. And then say Ivan Nelson has done a surgery. In TBI is not going to play that much. And then Antoine Semenyo are aggressive guys. They always attack the channels. They always make it tough for you. Bournemouth will press you into centre backs now are not comfortable on the ball. And they will put them under loads of pressure. When they put them under pressure, then you ask yourself, can your players or centre backs are they comfortable enough to deal with that? Is Joshua Kofi a champion good enough? He's good enough. Last game against Crystal Palace, everybody who accepts said, boy, you're good. The talent is there. You can see it on the morning ball. But is it good enough for him to put up consistent performance week in, week out for Chelsea now? There's a Chelsea and Shani here. The season will begin to capitulate just Now, Enzo Maresca catch you say Chelsea need more than just as profile of centre backs no more than if you go into English Premier League standing, Chelsea are fourth. But more if you say almost 4 points off Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest of 40 points, Arsenal 40 points, Chelsea 36 points. Played games or on the same number of games with them. Liverpool 46 points, 1 game less. Newcastle 35 points, just 1 point off Chelsea. Man City were 34 points, Bournemouth 33 points. So all of the guys behind Chelsea, and just 3 points when they separate you. So in that game against Bournemouth, if you don't get maximum points, Man City wins the game against Brentford, Newcastle wins their game, they are going. And now it becomes a chasing game. You don't want to play the chasing game. You want the one to be chased. So that you comfortably go and get what you want to get. And that's why it's going to one shiny here. Transfer window not Chelsea real we say, oh, I bet just a soft transfer, you bet top players be. You see, in transfers, one of the things people should understand is say you buy players for specific reasons. And like I said earlier, you spot downside, loopholes, then you want to come and plug them. Okay, my cover player in Babeshim, we top player in Babeshan, my Befiti. Okay, my main fagari in Babeshasi. Like all of those things, they are very important in squad building, in team building. And those are the things that Chelsea really need to be very careful in general. Now, David Austin is reporting something very significant. Saying, the bigger picture is for summer 2025. But one thing, yeah, the way Chelsea when gets out of form, maybe they will go and speak to Athletic Bilbao for Nico Williams. The thing is that I really doubt. Say Athletic Bilbao are going to sell Nico Williams in January. But this is the thing. Paris Saint-Germain seem to have a very serious interest in a branch of friend Christopher Nkunku. If you've seen the reports like I have seen from Fabrizio or Steinemo, Jacob Steinberg, all of these guys that are close to them, one of the things that has been clear is that Paris Saint-Germain have now approached Chelsea. First of all, they did an informal approach to Christopher Nkunku. Anything interacts. Now the plan was simple to get what's really the sense of Christopher Nkunku state of Chelsea. Then Amareska have they promised him some minutes? Does he want to wait? Doesn't he want to wait? Then also he has a striker because of Enzo Maresca alluded to the fact that on the strikers, no, I realize that Nkunku is center forward. Nkunku is number 10, Kopama, and then Joao Felix. And then Nicolas Jackson free not so the Nkunku back. I said it doesn't really affect the game. In the box, yes, Nkunku is a good finisher. But as a center forward that will press, that will be aggressive, that will keep the intensity like Nicolas Jackson does. And yet Christopher Nkunku. Waka several times, and yet Christopher Nkunku. And it's in the game against Crystal Palace the last time. So he brought on McGill to come and play in those channels. To come and be aggressive in those channels. To come and make sure say obey hold the fort. Of course, still Chelsea did concede that. And Paris Saint-Germain are smelling blood. How many here? They can go in and ask for Christopher Nkunku and possibly get Christopher Nkunku out of Chelsea. And to make Christopher Nkunku there, then they will push, then they will probe, then they will ask more questions. If they ask more questions, then definitely the answers may come for them to get a branch of friend Christopher Nkunku. And if you listen to it, in the offensive position, Chelsea could still do something this month in American. Especially after what happened with Modric. Like I said, Modric issues with the doping issues. It was something that Chelsea did not plan. Chelsea did not expect Ababesi. And Ababesi, now they are beginning to think, do we get a replacement? Because at the right hand side, left hand side is Siciano. The only natural person is Jadon Sancho. There's no backup for him again. Alright, only there you get Noni, any advantage Pedro Neto. Yes, Pedro can play on the left, but he's not natural left footed for that area. I mean, a natural fit for that area. There's Tyreek George, but he's not there. Everybody knows this. And Modric probably could have been in. Modric response in a chain. It can be months, for the sample B investigation and testing and stuff like that. It can take a while. The Chelsea are thinking. And then Paris Saint-Germain have also ABC questions about Christopher Nkunku. Already, Joao Felix Nankasa Muno back up to Kopama when you be more. Christopher Nkunku don't see it. backup also to these same players now. How is he going to get more game time? Paris Saint-Germain are pushing, especially what happened with Modric, and also with respect to what may happen to Nkunku. We also don't know what kind of player Chelsea want to sign, but they are considering options in terms of the players that they would want to sign in there or match on them. Chelsea have asked a lot of questions over there. I understand that scouts from Liverpool, Chelsea, and other players have gone to ask of Dortmund's beyond Jamie Gatons, also a player that they would want to look at and see if they can go on and then go and sign. It's a conversation that's important. It's something that Chelsea would want to do in there and make sure that they get any player to come and give them replacements at the very top. Like I did say, Nico Williams has numerous suitors also. A lot of the clubs would want to get a branch friend Nico Williams, and one of the clubs here at Chelsea. It may not happen in January 2025, but it may be summer 2025. One which is Chelsea are high contenders among the list. And of course, I don't know where Chelsea now. Would you want Nico Williams at Chelsea now? Would you want to bring in a branch friend Nico Williams? Paris Saint-Germain, they are very much interested in Christopher Nkunku. The only thing is that they are doing the conversation around him to see if they can find a way to get Christopher Nkunku. And Marifi said Paris Saint-Germain, I've had a lot of discussions about the fact that your friend Randall Colomwani may leave. Now, Randall Colomwani wants a club. So, the agents come put by out said that leaking information. Said Chelsea are contacting. Chelsea have not contacted Randall Colomwani, but Colomwani needs a club. He just wants to find him a club. And in terms of centre forward, Gonzalo Ramos said about Manchester United, they would want a second striker like a 10, because in terms of the wingers, they have Bali Bakola, they have Ousmane Dembele, and they also have the Saïd Doué. These are our top wingers that play at Paris Saint-Germain. But really, somebody who can be a 10. So if Luis Enrique wants to go in and play in a 4-2-3-1 and have a proper 10 in between the lines to receive the ball, then he will have somebody in Christopher Nkunku to come in and get a job done. And that's something that we have been speaking about, we have been talking about, and it's beginning to gain momentum. And when you read from Jacobs Ben what he said this month, PSG hold genuine interest in Christopher Nkunku. First approach informally has gone. Chelsea do not want Nkunku to leave in January. So any exit will be the player driven over there. And then I make catch up said Chelsea are waiting for Nkunku to go to Enzo Maresca and tell him say Opesoko. If the player pushes for it, then they would have to let him go. Chelsea don't expect to enter the race for Randall Colomwani, like I said, but other teams beside Randall Colomwani. Now immediately Randall Colomwani leaves Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain will come in for Nkunku full throttle. They will put pressure on the boys and try. Remember, if he saying Nkunku was from the Paris Saint-Germain academy, I want to free, and Sana all call RB Leipzig to come and play his football and break into the German scene. Juventus moving up, Abrantia, your friend Randall Colomwani, Bayern. There's a possibility Abrantia friend Randall Colomwani may leave Paris Saint-Germain on loan and in there. Now, can I say, if you go to Chelsea, Christopher Nkunku is not particularly excited with what was going on. That's the truth. Many at Chelsea. And it's the reason why the rumors are beginning to spread up and come in. And see, away from even the attack area, Chelsea will need a striker, they will need a winger. Whether they'll do it in January, you and I don't know. Whether they do it in now, you and I don't know. In the midfield also, Kylian Dries is a player that wants to leave on loan, especially in January. That one I can confirm to you. And you see, and you're worrying because this month I was telling you about how Enzo Fernandez and Moise Caicedo look like they are tired. The backup should be Kylian Dries and then Kani Chukwuemeka, because they are those there. Say Oko Backness Oko Squawka say Chelsea boy, a friend Leslie Ugochukwu made more tackles than any Premier League player in game week 28. He was a player that wasn't getting a lot of game time under Russell Martin. Now under the new coach Jurasic, he seems to be playing some good games on 1 minute, and he's playing well. Now if Kylian Dries will go permanently, Kani Chukwuemeka, it's a West Ham would want to come in and then ask for Kani Chukwuemeka. The latest in there is the only loan Kani Chukwuemeka that will be considered by Strasbourg. And according to Chelsea, the only time on a loan, loan for Kani Chukwuemeka is when Strasbourg and Abem. So against Strasbourg, they won't do loan for Kani Chukwuemeka. That's the thing. So if it's Strasbourg, then they will go on and do loan over there. But it will require one of Caleb Willie or Georgi Petrovic or Santos to end their spell there, because they can only take 3 loans from Chelsea. It can't be more than that. Oh, Kenny Drisby Hall is most likely to leave on loan, also according to The Athletic, and is one of the clubs that are interested in them. If you look at Club B, it's West Ham United that they want midfielders, and one of them are Moshe Bantia, your friend of Kenny Drisby Hall, somebody that would want to take from Chelsea. I mean, over there, it's something that they really want to push for. They want to get Mitty. I mean, for a transfer season that started a little bit calm in January and Sunday, madam, I won't be shocked. Say all of a sudden Chelsea will be going on to the transfer market and be trying to push for players. And then the 34th birthday of a branch friend Eden Hazard. Happy birthday to Eden Hazard. I think Eden Hazard has given me a lot of memories and something that I need to be very happy about. The kind of job Eden Hazard I at Chelsea before he left. He has been absolutely brilliant in there. When it comes to him, of course, the Chelsea player beats Armando Broja was in Pra, and Everton had an option to buy or not to buy. I'm very confident that the season will end and Everton will decide not to buy a branch friend Armando Broja in there, because Wasanso Pra. Chelsea are leading the chase for Kobe Mainoo if he leaves Manchester United. I don't think that is true though. And then boys no call training. There was Romeo Lavia who has returned, which is very positive. Chelsea need Romeo Lavia to stay fit in there and for him to come and play some good football for them. And of course, it's something that Chelsea want to be done. In there, Chelsea are leading the chase, not for Kobe Mainoo though. Chelsea are leading the chase, but not for Kobe Mainoo. Chelsea have a lot of players that they want to come in and play some good football with. And we'll wait to see how all of that span out in terms of Chelsea players, and in the course of the transfer market, who Chelsea are going to get, when they are going to get them, how they are going to get them. Of course, I've told you about Bien Gatons, the player at Liverpool for Chelsea, for us sending scouts to go to Dortmund and go and watch and see if they can price him away from the squad in there, in terms of the quality of players, normal pay, or team and all of that. Of course, this is where we'll probably have to draw the curtains down of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, in terms of Chelsea transfer analysis and the things that's going on. Offensive position could do something this month, and the things that have gone on with it now. We'll wait to see in the course of the day. We'll come back with you with another set of analysis on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Until then, do take care. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back. Bye-bye.